Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Apologies I didn't put out a pre-match. I was a bit busy and I actually shot one last night, but then my camera and the whole system fell down and half of my face was out of the picture, so I couldn't really shoot another one. But anyway, here is the post-match. It was a relatively good game. Chelsea versus Tottenham. Chelsea won, Tottenham 0, a beautiful penalty goal from Jorginho that gave us the win. Again, it's always lovely winning against Jose Mourinho, but if it's when he's managing a rival team, it's even better. So we're all happy about that. Thank you so much, Jose, for another win. Things are looking bad for Tottenham like they were looking for us a couple of weeks ago. I don't think we're fully on the run yet. I don't think we're fully in the stride that we need to be. This was a good away match for us to see where we are level-wise. I think there's still some work to be done. There's still a lot of players that need to step up to the plate. So let's get right into the pros and cons, starting with the cons of the match. Starting with something that's very important, we're going to start with the cons, and it's something that even going back before the Lampard era, there was a problem with like cutting edge and not finishing chances or not finishing off games like we should. I think in this game we dominated the first half as we did in the two previous matches. I think it's also important for us to finish games off when we have the chance to, and unfortunately we didn't do that. So the last 15 minutes was super nervy for me, especially with the play, the ball being played at the back and Tottenham pressing us. It was like heart and mouth type events at the end, but luckily we made it through. I was watching the game like this towards the end of the game, but it's important for us to have that cutting edge. There was opportunities where Pulisic was running with the ball and he had the option to either give it to Reece James on the far left or cluster up whatever was going on with Werner and Mason Mount. And he just, I don't know what he ended up doing. He tried to pass it to Werner and it just didn't work out. And Reece was in acres of space. So I think it's another one of those things that, that goes into, again, one of my other cons that we have. But it's more, we need more of that cutting edge, that ruthlessness, that willingness to finish off games. Again, I think Kovacic had a similar opportunity where he could have scored, but unfortunately he decided to go on his own when Pulisic was open, and so was Timo Werner. So I think those things are important for us to get right immediately. Moving on to the second con of the match. Where does Timo Werner play? Where is his preferred position? Well, I don't understand what's going on with this whole Timo Werner situation. During Frank Lampard era, it was said that Timo Werner was unhappy, and I've seen a lot of people on Twitter, in the Athletic and all the other like places where people talk about, oh, Timo Werner's position. Where is Timo Werner's best position, right? And they've shown like examples of his past, how he was playing at Leipzig. It was through the middle, and that's Timo Werner's position, and that's where he needs to play. And it's weird because in this game we started off with basically Timo Werner up front and Cho and Mount playing almost as two number 10s, but going wide if needed be. Half of the game Timo Werner was on the wing. Like and it looked like it was his own choice to be on the wing. It's almost like Mount was playing as the false 9 or the 9 in that case. And it's very strange. I don't understand where Timo Werner is supposed to play. I thought that under Tuchel we'd get more of a clear idea of where Timo wants to play or how he wants to play, but it looks like we still haven't figured that out. I mean, it is only his third game. We're starting to see the kind of psychology that Tuchel wants to implement on the team. It seems to be working, but I still think it's important to find out where Timo Werner plays, because at this point I'm not really sure. Does he prefer to play on the wing? Does he prefer to play in the center? Because those decisions, if we do make top four, are going to be very important for us going into the transfer market in the summer. There's talks about Haaland being bought. Obviously, many teams are looking out for him. So it's important for us to make those decisions and make those decisions early. And it just looks like Timo Werner kind of prefers playing on the wing, I guess, running onto the wing, putting the cross in. That's more of his game style now, and I just hope that if that's what he prefers, the position where he prefers playing, let's keep it that way and keep him on the wing. But anyway, moving on to the third con, and I think this is just a personal one for me. When Timo Werner won the penalty, I really hoped that he would have been the one to take it. Unfortunately, he wasn't, and Jorginho took it, and he did an amazing job. He removed the skip jump in these penalties, and he just went for it, and he went into the back of the net. I think Chelsea needs, as a club, to kind of push Timo Werner to be doing those things. I know he's out of form right now, but a penalty against Tottenham would have boosted his attitude and the way he's thinking right now, and his self-confidence. And but unfortunately Jorginho, well, not unfortunately, he scored it, but it would have been better for me personally if Timo Werner got the chance to tuck that one away. But it went in, and we won by that one penalty, so it's not too bad, but hopefully he gets back into it and he can score the next one. Right. Now that we've spoken about the cons, that's all I kind of, wanted to talk about that I saw during the game. I think overall the team just needs to be more cutting edge. We need to be able to put 3-4 past teams and make sure we do that when we have the chance, because games like this, Tottenham could have come back, scored, and that would have been it. That header at the end by Vinicius, if that was Harry Kane, for sure that's going into the back of the net. So hopefully, I think it's something Tuchel's going to work on, getting more and more goals and finishing games off when we need to. Now moving on to the pros. First pro, I've got to give this one up again to my guy, Callum Hudson-Odoi. Well, he's my guy now, looking good as usual, moving forward, this match he didn't really have the expression that he's had in previous matches, and it's understandable because of the low block from Tottenham, but he did what he needed to. He made those runs, he pushed the defenders back, and he worked well. So again, Cho doing the Lord's work and doing what he needs to. And again, I have to eat humble pie and say, you know what, Cho is just proving himself. I think under Tuchel is a new, different animal that we're seeing from Cho, and it's great to see, and I'm happy to do that. So another pro, another match. I need to stop. I need to stop saying this every single time, but I hope I don't. I hope every single time I make one of these videos, I have to big him up. I have to say, he did it again and again and again until I get sick and tired and blue in the face. That's what we need from Cho, and hopefully the other players can follow suit. Moving on to the second pro, Kovacic. Kovacic played an amazing game. Unfortunately, he had one or two times where, like I mentioned earlier, where maybe the decision making could have been better. But other than that, in the middle, he looked good. He looked fresh. He moved the ball well. He beat defenders. He went around. He controlled that middle, that area. Obviously, we have to give it up to Jorginho also, who's playing his part. But I think out of the two in this match, Kovacic was a standout. He did so well. And yeah, it just looks like our players are coming back. The players that, I mean, last season Kovacic was our best player. He was player of the season. And he's showing the reasons why he needs to be in this team, and he's looking good. So I'm very happy to see Kovacic back on the pitch doing what Kovacic does. And we're looking forward to seeing more of this talented player that beats defenders, that makes the right passes, that moves into these spaces. This is the type of midfielder that Chelsea needs right now. So I'm glad that we have that in Kovacic. And yeah, another pro. The third pro to go to have a conversation about was Christian Pulisic. I think Christian Pulisic, when Tuchel came in, we all had this like, because they played together at, Pulisic played for Tuchel at Dortmund, that, it's going to be one of those, he's just going to play, he's just going to come in, and no matter what, he's going to play him. But it hasn't been that way. He's come off the bench twice now, but I think both times that he's come off the bench, he's looking good, he's looking fresh. And yeah, I'm happy for him, and he's playing well. Today he had another good game. I think again, it's like there was I think maybe because of the rain, because BN was also like cutting out and like I was watching the match like halfway, and anyway, maybe the rain had an effect on like our players at one point just being super, because they looked leggy, they looked tired. And yeah, hopefully like that's not a long-lasting thing, and that by Sunday everyone's fresh and ready to go. And yeah, but again, Christian Pulisic looking great. And finally, just overall, the game it's a good win. It's one of those, like I was saying when Tuchel first came in, I think there's certain matches where we need to look more at gaining a point than forcing ourselves to win it. And this is one of those matches. Luckily, we got the 3 points. But I think against teams in the upper that are above us, like except for West Ham, but other teams like Leicester and Man City and Liverpool that we still need to play, and Man United. I think those matches we need to go into that, not expecting to win and take the 3 points, but just fight for that 1 point. Sometimes that's what's important. I think in order for us to get into the top 4, we need to be strategic at times. We need to be strong. We need to be mentally prepared for those tough games. And yeah, it's just one of those games. I'm glad today that we got the 3 points. And moving on, we have Sheffield on the weekend, so it might be an quote unquote easier game, but it's teams that are in relegation zone, like there's some days they just come out and you don't know what to expect. This is the Premier League, so hopefully I know Tuchel is gonna do what he needs to do to prepare for that game. I think it's gonna be an easier game than it was today, and hopefully we can get goals and get our top players and the players that need to be into those scoring positions to gain their confidence, because I think a lot of players are suffering with a bit of a confidence problem at the moment, and hopefully Tuchel can come in and use that and get them to the place where they need to be. Guys, thank you again for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's grow the community. Yeah, so I will see you guys right before the Sheffield match. And yeah, if you have anything you would like to let me know about, leave it down in the comments, or reach out to me on Twitter or Instagram. I'm always down to have a football conversation with anyone. So yeah, anyway, peace.